I know I'm a couple of days late on this one, but Thursday night I got to see Bad Boys 4, Bad Boys Ride or Die, if you want to call it. And I couldn't stick with it. I didn't end up finishing the movie. There's only one other movie I did walk out of, and that was The Northman back when that came out a couple of years ago. Um, I'll express why I walked out in a couple of minutes, but for those of you who don't know, I grew up with these movies. I absolutely love the first two. I think Michael Bay actually did a really good job with the second one. It's probably my favorite. And there was such a big gap between the second and the third movie. And when the third movie came out, I was really, really nervous. And I ended up really liking it. And I actually thought three was good enough. We didn't need another movie. Um, Technically, they didn't really even have to make the third one. So when they announced this one, I was very on the edge of my seat, excited, but at the same time, I was really, really anxious. And after I saw the trailer, it just looked like Fast and the Furious. You know, how they keep making these movies and they just keep getting worse and worse and less believable and just more boring, more predictable, less character work. The action scenes aren't as good. They go to space for Christ's sakes. Bad Boys 4 just amps it up to another level of stupidity, and it makes Fast and the Furious, like, it's on par with Fast and the Furious as to how stupid it can get. And I really didn't want this series to go down that road, but I guess whatever makes money, right? I don't know how people are still feeling about Will Smith, so I don't know if this movie's gonna do good at the box office. I don't know, but there was nothing really out, and I really wanted to go see this after having a couple of rough weeks. I just wanted to shut my head off and have some fun. There is a stupid level of fun that I am willing to have with these movies until it gets a bit too stupid, if you know what I mean. And the first half of this movie is just already dumb. The jokes are terrible. What I love about Bad Boys is just the back and forth between Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. The first three movies do such a good job of that, and here I feel like I'm watching basically like a PG version of Bad Boys. Just the jokes that they're saying, they're really, really dumbed down for kids. The action's not as good. The dialogue sucks. The banter between the two just isn't there anymore because the dialogue isn't good. I didn't really feel like Will Smith or Martin Lawrence really wanted to be in the movie. It just really felt like a cash grab. There's one scene in particular in the movie where Marcus basically almost dies and then goes into the afterlife, and then he comes back, and then he has this whole gimmick about how he can't die. So we get a bunch of scenes of him showing Will Smith how he can't die. So he's jumping into traffic and trying to prove himself right. It has nothing to do with the movie. It's so stupid. And it's just a running gag throughout the movie, and it's just really annoying and not funny. The reason why I walked out is because I was only an hour in, finding out there was an hour left. I could not take it anymore. Bad Boys 2, you can say what you want. That movie is filled with action. It's non fucking stop, but it's entertaining. The jokes are hilarious. The chemistry is good. We have great other like side characters that aren't in these movies, and it just doesn't feel the same. It really feels like they're really are just running out of ideas, and they don't want to make anything original. So they made a Bad Boys 4. I don't know why. I don't know how this ends because I walked out, so I don't know if there's a fifth one coming out. I really hope not. I really just wish they left it with 1, 2, and 3. 3 was a satisfying enough conclusion for the fans that waited since 2002 to get a third movie. It was good enough. None of us asked for a fourth movie, and this is coming out a couple of years after the third one. I don't know if it's the same director or producer, but it feels completely mishandled. The camera work, the cinematography is just absolutely terrible. It's really hard to see what's going on in the fight scenes. It just feels like a completely different studio took this franchise and messed it up. It feels like what Disney did with Star Wars. It felt like it was nice, it was well done before, and then another producer, director, studio executive takes over and just makes it so much more kid friendly. That's really what this movie felt like to me. That's not what I watch Bad Boys for. I watch Bad Boys for badass moments, mature adult badass moments with great adult jokes. And you don't get any of that here. It just doesn't feel like a Bad Boys movie. It's just, like I said, a PG ripoff. Um, and I walked out because I just basically couldn't handle it anymore. I know it was a waste of $20, but there was an hour in my life that I got back. So, an hour wasted. Whatever, it is what it is. I don't plan on ever finishing this movie. I don't plan on watching a fifth one. I don't plan on watching any more Bad Boys movies because it's like Fast and the Furious. I grew up with them. I love the old ones so much, and seeing them do this really pisses me off because it just destroys the good movies that you had before it. So, overall, I would give this a 2 out of 10. There's nothing here that I liked. There's nothing I enjoyed. There's nothing of value here. There's no, at least a good action sequence. It's all just shit we've already seen before. You can make fun of Marvel all you want, but this is basically even worse. I'd rather watch Doctor Strange than go back and watch this movie again. That's how bad and how much I did not care about this movie. Too many jokes that just do not land. Too many kid jokes. Too many references of, off brand, or too many references of branded products. It, it just, why? Why did we do this? I really wish they just make something new. I know it's easy for me to say that. Just make something new that people will appreciate it a lot more instead of these soulless cash grabs that we've been getting lately. 2024 has been a pretty rough start for movies. Let's hope it gets better. I'm not super excited for Deadpool and Wolverine, but I will go watch it. And yeah, I got to see Lord of the Rings last night. I'll have a review out later on in the day for you guys. Look at you guys getting spoiled. 2 reviews one day. And then tomorrow I'm seeing Two Towers, and Tuesday night I'm seeing Return of the King. All of them are the extended editions, so wish me luck. I'll have that review out later today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Peace out.